Yeah.
Now I remember why I'm here. It's the 4D thing. Role playing in the fourth dimension. Okay.
It's pretty good. If you can achieve that, that's a good level to be at. You can have good session.
Take it to go. Just past the drive-thru and be on our way.
You need to have like a 4D table, a 4D GM, and a 4D session for that.
You mentioned breakfast. Here, I wanted to get you some food. Fast. In a bag.
That was acceptable speed.
But now the player are also willing to be co-creator of the world and integrate, like manifest stuff that makes sense, right?
By the light of the Asiago, we must make haste.
You have to respect the setting, you have to respect the tone and stuff like that.
Will you make sure our beef stays fresh and never frozen? Dave's signature combo?
We will do what we can, son.
The 4D way, you assume that you're on a beach and that it'd be normal for it to be driftwood there.
Only the sweet things get frozen, son.
So that'd be the 4D way, and I think it's much more direct, much more cinematic. It keeps the flow of the game going much faster. You can accomplish much more in a session.
I have to end the session here. I can't play this game anymore. Sorry. Oh. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Vampire the Masquerade D100 system, authored by our very own Space Roadie.
What do you say, guys? Thanks for checking it out.
How's it going, guys?
How's it going? And then we got Kingmaker, also known as Mike. He's up here. He's awesome. And then Crispy, of course, bringing class to the joint.
Well, we'll see about that.
How you
It's a
doing?
vampire game, so
Yeah.
class is obligatory.
That's right. It's skill based. Is it
I have no
skill-based?
idea. I don't know. It's a
Totally different system.
it's a new thing for me, but
Yeah.
looking forward to it. It's
Yeah,
going to be interesting.
me as well, Crispy. So.
Oh, good. Glad I'm not alone, Mike.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so
You're not.
I've played the original. I've played Vampire the Masquerade, all the editions. Space Roadie, you seem like a well-traveled vampire fan.
Yeah. I started out playing second edition and played a little revised, and haven't played it in a long time. And when I came back to it, I saw it through a new light. I read Vampire 5 and thought some of its ideas were cool, but its execution wasn't really working out, and so I decided to take my own whack at it.
Right on. And then Crispy and Mike, you guys have never played, right?
Haven't played before. No. 5e, Shadow Dark, and those are my two TTRPGs I've played, and now I'm exploring all these new ones. So it's awesome.
I feel like I should have played Vampire, but
I agree.
I never did. So, going to rectify that now.
Yeah. This is session 0, so we're gonna kind of learn what the heck is going on with this D100 system, and maybe make some characters, talk about some ideas.
And this is going to be in Las Vegas, right? Space? It's
Las Vegas, set in the modern day, the modern
Nice.
night.
Modern Night, Las Vegas. Fair warning to you guys. I love modern settings. I really do.
So do I.
So, yeah.
Well, we were saying earlier, it's very immediate, and everybody kind of
Yeah.
has no problem getting on the same page and imagining the same thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I just wanted to highlight the first ever Rumble chat I've ever gotten.
There you go. Elias.
Look at that.
That's Eli. Oh.
I like you too, Eli.
Oh, it is Eli.
I was the only game in town until Crispy decided.
But yeah, I've never
Any
done
questions? First off, I guess you guys sound like you had time to read the book, and thank you for that.
I did, yes. It was good.
I skimmed.
Concise. It was concise.
I know how the crit works. And I know that you want to roll under on a D100 and get skills based off of choices you make in character creation. That's pretty much where I'm at.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm about halfway through my character creation. I was taking a stab at it. No, I need to work. There were things I was a little tripped up with, but we can go through that, so.
So I just had a question, Space. When it says a critical is a roll within the top 10% of your skill rating, does that mean that you want to get as close as possible to the actual skill rating, or is it kind of the 0 to 10% or 0 to 5%?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So if your skill is 70, then
Yeah.
a roll of 1 through 7 is a crit.
Got it. Okay.
If your
what I
skill
was
is,
getting
and
at.
we round up, so if your skill is 71, then 1 through 8 is a crit.
Got it.
Right.
So 10% rounded up to the nearest integer. Got it.
You got it.
Cool.
Easy.
And then fumble was 99 or 00.
Right. Makes sense.
A lot of things are opposed rolls.
So it's like who rolls lowest?
Well, it's more of a, I guess, technically a differential roll in Mithras terms, right? So if I attack you and successfully make that roll, and then you roll the dodge, and you succeed at dodge, then you dodged. That's it.
Got it.
So we're not comparing the results as you would in BRP.
And is it like RuneQuest where you have like this? If it's a critical hit, then it requires a critical dodge to.
That's right. Yeah, level
Yeah,
of success matters.
Yep. Okay, got it. But there's no special success. It's just critical.
That's
or
right,
regular
yeah.
success.
Four levels of result are enough for me.
Okay. Yeah, that's plenty.
It's
Okay.
fumble. Yeah, good enough.
It's fair.
So should we? Where do you want to start, Space? Should we talk a little bit about modern day or modern night Las Vegas, the lay of the land, so that we have something to nest our characters in, or should we just go right into the character concepts? What do you think?
Sure. Yeah. So Vegas is a Camarilla city,
Okay.
right? So you got the two big factions. And I'm painting this in real broad strokes for the vampire fans out here. Suck eggs. Camarilla is right. Camarilla is a criminal meritocracy.
Okay.
We are here to get blood, gain power, get money, expand our base, right?
Mafia.
And we are going to try to do this by working with humanity and within their civilization.
Okay.
Behind the shadows. And the Sabbat says, man, isn't being a vampire cool? Why are we listening to what our food thinks? Let's take over.
Okay.
Let's not worry about living as humans because we're not human. Anything you want to add to that, Phil? I know you're kind of hip on vampire.
I like it. I think that you said that you're there's in vampire sometimes in crappy vampire games. There's a third faction called the Anarchs. I think that your version is more like the BLG description, where it's like they're more like singular vampires that are too strong to.
Or singular coteries,
control.
yeah. It comes from the
groups.
Dark Ages game, the idea of autarchus, right? And that's kind of how I use
Autarchus.
vampires.
Yeah.
But I'm a lot less interested in the faction play than I am in the personal horror. Like if things go really well, and by that I mean if you guys fail a lot on your feeding rolls, then we don't need a mission. We don't need politics. You're going to be covering up your tracks, hiding bodies, getting rid of witnesses, and oh my god, 4 hours just went by. Wasn't that cool being a vampire?
Right.
Right.
Sick. So the Black Lodge Games people, they convinced me that I wanted to play the same clan for all characters, but I think that we have some I've never done that before. Just for the record.
It's almost
GM'd the game.
unprecedented, yeah. It's
I
like
G-
everybody playing the same race in D&D, right? It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I storytold a game for Black Lodge, and they were all Nosferatu, and that was kind of cool. But so I think that we're going to go the standard, which is kind of pick what we want, or Crispy, we can be the same clan.
Yeah, I
and
like
Mike
that
can-
clan. I was leaning towards this Toreador, the degenerates. I liked their sophistication, and they're highly focused on art and beauty and the it seems like this as I'm reading the clan thing about it.
Yeah.
So I like that. Like the idea of the interview with the vampire. You surround yourself with the finer things.
I find that the Toreador are at their best when they're creepy stalkers.
Right.
Because they fixate on beauty, and so they'll just like.
Well, in my mind, it's cool.
It's cool.
They don't fixate on the art; they fixate on the artists. They don't hear Desperado and get all misty-eyed. They go to a bar and see some kid playing his heart out on flamenco guitar, and have to follow him home and have to see what he's doing tomorrow. And I must drink his blood. He smells so good. Exactly.
Yeah. I was leaning that way too. I kind of got this picture of where this vampire would start.
Are these the Twilight vampires?
No one is the Twilight vampires.
We're horrific beasts.
Yeah. They're definitely the Anne Frank, like Lestat style vampire, I would say, is very much more like a Toreador.
Cool.
Would you agree with that, Rhodey? Space Rhodey?
Yeah, the interview with the vampire was definitely the inspiration for them.
Yeah.
Near Dark is the Brujah, Lost Boys or Gangrel or Brujah, right?
Yeah.
Dracula's a Ventru.
I'm happy to hear what the folks at home think I should run, because I've played a lot, and I'm up for like a little randomization. If y'all want to throw some suggestions out, otherwise I'll just probably pick Malkavian or Toreador. Those are my two go-tos, just because I love Auspex, really, and I like the clans.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards Gangrel. I think I've made up my mind actually on it, just because one of the first that I read, it kind of interested me. So.
Yeah, Gangrel are cool.
What about you, Crispy? What are you thinking?
Yeah. I'm still leaning towards the Toreador. I think that's
Toreador. Okay.
Yeah. I might just pick Toreador.
Good setup.
I might just pick Toreador just so we could be clan buddies.
Oh
shit! People are talking. I didn't even see. Okay, y'all playing tonight? Boop bop badoop boop bop. All right, let's address the chat real quick. Here we go. Did I say Anne Frank?
Anne Rice, just not Anne Frank, Phil.
Well, it's the same. It's almost like a Lecter-esque clan. Yeah, Nosferatu, of course. Phil would not be a Brujah. Seems too sensitive. Oh, do you think she's negging me into Brujah?
I think that's a challenge, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I could.
Can you play a Brujah that's not cringe? That's the
Oh,
challenge.
that's good too. Yeah. Oh yeah. I always like. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there's a lot of vampire likes to draw sort of a particular political persuasion to it. And so Brujahs are meant to be these kind of revolutionaries. And so they're always depicted as like these hardcore, like leftist, anarchist types, right? But tearing down the system. And so I always like the idea of playing a Brujah who bucks against that trend. It's like, I hate leftist politics. Just be the grenade. They're like, whoa, what are you talking about? You're not conforming to us? It's like, I know, I'm a Brujah. What are you not conforming to you? What you doing?
I like what these guys are saying over here. I don't know.
Nosferatu for Phil. I do love Nosferatu. I have a couple of really good Nosferatu concepts that I like that I haven't really gotten to explore. But okay, well, 2 votes Nosferatu. Black Dolly is negging me into there. No real Toreador votes here. Anyways, what kind of... So you're saying we should just do the feeding? Potentially something happens there.
Well, I have a mission if we need it. My idea, the best thing to do is to take a snapshot of the middle of a chronicle and just give you that. I'm going to cook the settings a little bit, start you with a little lower humanity, a little higher hunger, and get into that day-to-day, night-to-night drama.
Okay.
If things slow down and everybody makes their rolls, and then I got a thing we can do.
Yeah.
If you would
Okay.
rather have an exciting mission, we can focus more on that. But
No.
I'm down with 4D in it, right into, just immersing ourselves, right into Vegas.
sure, I mean,
love the
Vampire's great
idea.
at it, man.
I love the idea of just having this hunger, like right away, just right into that. Focusing in on the
Hell yeah.
100%.
key mechanic.
So we're gonna be like a coterie for sure, right?
Now,
So
again,
that's like party for
right.
the folks at home. Except like actual structured unit. Like
You're a hit team put together by the mob bosses for their own nefarious ends, almost certainly to your detriment, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Now with feeding, I read that in the 30-page, you can actually feed and not kill someone, correct? And then they would have no memory that you did that.
That's right. Okay. Unless you fail, basically feeding's going to be a scene. Sometimes, well, let me ask about this. Are you okay with playing each other's feeding victims? Every group I've played with loves it.
I don't
Interesting.
Don't
occasionally.
mind. Don't mind.
One, it cuts down on your
to me.
downtime. Two, you get to play with your friends and play a schlump that he gets to take out. That's always fun. And three, sometimes he fails and then he can just nail his ass to the ground.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
I like it.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you're saying. So like in downtime, you do what?
No. When it's time to feed, I might throw you the ball and say, all right, who's he feeding on? I'm going to ask the vampire, where are you going? I'm going to Frank's Tiki Bar, find some old retirees stumbling out to their RV. All right, Phil, who's he see?
Okay, so I'm the retiree.
You would play the victim, and I'd pass that around to cut down on the downtime and keep everybody in the game because it's fun. Yeah,
that is fun.
Oh, cool. So like swapping roles around, not bad. I see.
I think I am I would rather play a Bruja than. I think I'd rather play a Bruja than a Nos. So I think I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try being a Bruja.
Nice.
Okay. A low humanity one too. So I'm down. So should we? So we're gonna be a coterie. Usually, I like the idea of a coterie being made for a purpose, or are we just like wanting? Like
Rhodey said, it was like a hit team, right? So I guess we take out threats or people that know too much, or you're thinking hit team more like rogue vampires that have transgressed the Camarilla.
Well, think like an army company, right? You have your big battalion, and then you got your little company, and then you got your platoon, which is just a handful of guys, right? So it's kind of like that. And the elders have decided, all right, I'm going to get my Nosferatu buddy and my Toreador buddy, and we're going to make a little group so that we can hit the Ventru when they mess with us.
Okay.
And have control of that, right? They're little political machinations that are thousands of years old.
Like it. Okay.
So we're just friends. We're not like structured by some elder. Is that what you're saying? Like we're acquaintances that have decided to put our.
Well, I mean that's your choice, but the Camarilla will put together teams. So if you think you've been thrown together, great. If you have a reason to be together previously and you want to get some relationships between each other going on, that's great too.
Okay. What do you guys think? Do you want to be like a special team that was made, or are we just people that got together because we're too lame to do anything apart?
Go ahead, Crispy.
No, you go ahead, Mike. I talk too much in these things.
I was thinking, just all not knowing each other and meeting on that first session would be interesting, especially on the Vegas Strip or wherever we are in Vegas. There's a lot to work with there. That's how I feel.
I like the idea of the squad, but perhaps it is our first time together. You can blend the two ideas. I like that concept. That's hey, you guys are going to work together, and like I don't even know these guys yet. So
yeah,
or these vamps. I don't. I don't know. What they are.
Typically in Vampire,
Kindred.
when you're in
Kindred.
the, when you're in the Camarilla, everyone has kind of met each other because
there's not like thousands of us.
You have to present yourself at these meetings.
30 vampires in Vegas.
Yeah. So we represent 10% of the vampire population in Vegas.
But we could be acquaintances that are now only having to work together, kind of.
Sure.
Deal,
I'm just letting you know. It's like it would be weird if we were complete strangers.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense. It makes sense. Makes sense.
So would we have the same sires? Like, how would that work?
Yeah, because we're different clans. So your sire is your clan.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, some
so I was sired
bloodline, yeah.
Toreador, that's my bloodline. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want me to be a Toreador and be your womb brother?
No, I do. I absolutely do not want that.
Okay.
Could we talk about touchstones? How they work? I understand it's like a piece of your humanity that you cling to still. That's as much as I kind of understand of it.
Yeah, okay. So your touchstone is a person that represents either something from your previous life or something you associate with your own humanity. And so you protect this person, whether they know it or not. And this is a way to care about a human and thus keep your humanity in line. And if bad things happen to your touchstones, bad things happen to your humanity. Touchstones, sire, the elders, your clan privileges, all those stuff are levers the GM can pull on you. And because it has so many of them that are tied to the vampire condition, it all feels organic when you're pulling those levers as the GM. Hey, your sire wants you to do this. You have trouble denying him. If you want to do so, you must spend a willpower point, yada, yada, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and start creating characters so we can talk about them as we get to the sections?
I think that's a great idea.
Cool. How would you suggest we start with your system, your Space Roadie? I guess the steps that you have outlined in the...
There you go, buddy.
All right. Give me a share it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On page 28.
Yep.
Meow, 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 meow. Is the VTM sheet, is it editable? The one you shared?
No, that one's not. That's printing right. Or use a markup program to write on it, whatever.
Okay, first step, 2d6 plus 6.
Oh, yeah, so we're going to have random stats here? Is that what's happening? What do the stats do?
No, so the stats are your base percentage for skills.
Okay.
Each skill is a combination of two stats. You add those two together, that's where it starts. And then you lay your personals on top of that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Get out of here. Get out. Presenting.
Oh, man.
So you roll a 2d6 for each. Got it. 2d6 plus 6 for each. Got it. Here.
Man, I'm definitely not much of a unit.
Like towards the end, right?
Ooh, nice.
Page 28, yeah.
All right. And there were 6 of them, I think. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
2, 8.
There we go. 9, 15.
Get rid of this.
Ugh.
Okay. So we're going to roll 2d6 plus 6.
Yep.
Zoom in real good on those justification errors.
6.
That's great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Man, I rolled low. First to die. Okay. And then just put those in order. Let's see here.
Turn my
That's right,
back
yeah.
on so y'all can see.
Oh, let me just write these down.
In order in which you have them listed in step 1, correct?
Yeah. Just roll them one at a time. You don't get to arrange them. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
All right, here we go. 9,
Composure.
12.
No, don't start rolling crap. I guess I'll just roll crap and be happy about it like a good 4D player.
There you go.
Okay. Clan. Already got the clan.
How many was it? It was
10.
1, 2.
Dex.
Oh, there's 9, of course.
Intelligence. Manipulation. Oh,
Okay. Clan.
Yeah, baby.
11.
Toreador. Social types who stay close to humans and their vitality. All right. So
All right.
Dex and strength. Now, do you recommend, Rhodey, writing in on the skills the base amount in this box or on the right hand side or something? Like, what do you
I'd write it on the right hand side. Yeah.
on the right hand side? Okay.
Yeah, and then you slap them on top, and then your final.
Got
Once
it.
you get your final, you don't have to worry about the base percentages anymore.
Anymore. Okay. So it's just for that.
Because you never have like a penalty to strength that's going to adjust your skill because that's chaos.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see, clan now.
Oh, am I showing that to y'all? I am
Yes.
showing that to y'all. Sorry.
I see a blank screen now.
13.
There it is.
Okay. What's Max saying?
So for the Toreador Bane, the idea is if you get emotionally dependent on a person, they have the responsibilities of a touchstone with none of the benefits.
Okay. Okay. The plus 20 below each, and then it says endure and navigate for me in survival.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain what that is again?
Add plus 20 to each of those skills.
Got it.
Mhm.
Sorry, I was doing my. You might have said that when I was doing my rolls.
No problem.
Okay.
Okay. So Brujas are rebels and malcontents who challenge the status quo. So that's good. I'm going to print out my sheet.
Bane. I'm ready for humanity. This is what I. Oh, there it is. Humanity's in the right corner. Okay.
And we'll be starting at 60 humanity instead of 70.
Got it.
Fixing that.
A little bit lower.
60.
We'll be starting at 3 hunger for step 4.
3 hunger.
I don't know how to get fancy jazz for the folks at home.
Oh, you need it. Oh, wait. Space Roadie sent me something. On that.
Yeah, I got a music link.
Oh, dang. How do I share that? You know what? I might be able to. How do we get that?
I can
Feel
play
like
it
we
and
may
pipe
have
it
to-
through my OBS.
I could probably do that too. Let me see. Was
There
that
you go.
was that a Spotify?
No, it's just a YouTube link.
It's a YouTube link. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you already have it added to the scene or something in OBS, it might be faster.
Yeah, I can get it going.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, not very streetwise.
All right.
Predator style.
Sorry, folks.
You hearing that, and you're not hearing doubling from me?
Not hearing
hear
it yet.
anything.
Okay. Toreador. Plus 20. Fabricate. Perform. Persuade.
You just writing them next to them, Crispy?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
15,
Okay.
12, 17, 11, 12, 11.
You're not hearing that?
Still nothing.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know how to make StreamYard hear that. Oh.
Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah. You have to have a virtual audio cable. No, I tried that. And the lag was serious.
Oh, wait. No, I can do that. I have that.
But I'm not
Audio.
sure. All right.
So your skills. Let me share this for the folks at home. My PDF reader. I gotta get organized, y'all. It's
Right.
ridiculous.
I do too. So you're not alone.
Got files everywhere.
Oh. That's quite the bane. Okay.
Okay.
All right, last try. Are you hearing that?
Still nothing, Brody.
Okay,
Sorry.
I don't know. I got nothing. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
See how this works.
Fights with StreamYard just sounds awful. Oh, okay.
Here we go. So this is the character sheet that we're working on. So there's 10 attributes there, looks like. And these are all the skills. So the skills are a combination of 2 attributes. Plus
That's your
a
base
bonus?
percentage. Yep.
Plus your bonus. So it's not like, yeah. So the attributes are going to be pretty tight.
Okay, I see.
Not that big of a difference between like a 15 and an 11.
Gotta get a calculator out for this because
Okay.
let's see.
All right. Well, and then what do you put in the boxes there? Next
The
to
box is to
skills.
check for improvement.
Check for improvement. Oh, I see.
So if you've never played BRP style D100, you improve a skill when you use it successfully. Won't really matter in a one shot.
And we're so next to the name is where you put the modifier from like your clan.
Well, it's not a modifier. You end up with a total number. Right. So you get your base percentage with the 2 attributes.
Oh, I see.
And then later on in character creation process, you'll get a bunch of personal skills to throw it on top.
Right.
And then once you have that number, it's not going to change. Just write it down and you're done. There's no
So
math.
you got a lot of math to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's front loaded math, and then you don't do any math in the game
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, virtues. I
other than
forgot about
bonus or
those.
penalty.
I'm going through my skill math halfway through now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna write down my bonuses so I can just do the math one time.
Whew.
Plus 20 athletics.
That's
on
how
the
I do it.
brew has.
Yes,
Plus 20 evade. And streetwise. Perfect. What do you think streetwise is? had a lot of debate about this over the years.
Your ability.
I use it as a
to-
counterpoint to protocol. If you're trying to figure out it, interact socially, gain knowledge in a business type setting or a etiquette type setting, is protocol. If you're doing it at a bar or a meth lab, it's streetwise.
You said humanity's 60 at the start?
Yeah.
60 for us. Yeah.
and the
Is the
hunger-
willpower still at 3? Brody?
Yeah, let's go with 3.
Okay.
So 3 ticks in those boxes, right?
That's right.
So,
Got it. I'm gonna end up printing this out tomorrow. I'm editing it in Adobe right now, but it's
Oh, that sounds
It's dodgy, yeah.
nature.
So the
Don't-
1 dot in. You said how much hunger we have?
3.
Okay, so that I'm noticing here for the folks at home that the hunger goes 95, 90, 85. So is that when you get those bestial
That's right.
um
That's when you get a bestial result, right? Can be a success or a failure, but you're going to do it the beast's way.
but it would only be a success if you had like a super high skill.
That's right.
Isn't that right? Yeah, okay. Okay.
But by the end of it, you'll end up with a couple 80s. So
All right. Okay, predator style.
I chose sneak. I don't know if that it sends like. I've got a question here, Rody. If I choose, well, Toreador is my clan, so then that comes with Auspex, Celerity, and Presence. But I have to choose of those 3. I have 2 dots that I can allocate.
That's right.
And
Mhm.
then with my predator style of sneak, it says I gain 1 dot of obfuscate. So I
Mhm.
just add that as a 4th. I mean, I have 1 dot in that. I have no dots in Auspex, but it is something that comes with the clan. Is that am I?
It comes with the predator style. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, got it.
And then the clan are. Yeah, you have 3 clan disciplines, but only 2 dots. You're correct.
Only 2 dots. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you have to choose them. If I don't have any dots in something, then it's not something I could use. Essentially, right? Like you have to.
That's right. You'd have to get trained and learn it. Yeah.
Got it. All right, skills. Assign skills to the following values. Cross off.
Do you
each
guys
value
want to
that's
see
allocated.
hey chat, do you guys want to see the rules? Or do you want to see the character sheet? I want to present the rules too. Bam.
Yeah, you can throw page 28 up.
Yeah, I'm on page 31, but I think we're still on
Oh yeah, where we're
number
at.
30, right?
That's a good point.
I think we're on page 30 on Predator style.
Yes.
Are we doing that as a team? Let's do it as a team.
I would say do it as a team. Why not?
do it as a team. It's more interesting. Okay, so my predator style, I went with ambush.
Nice.
Okay, now the question is, how do I get to? There we go. This is how you do it. You said 30, right? Boom. So I'm going ambush, so I can stalk and overpower my prey to gain blood. I'm just hoping they don't remember.
Being gangrel, I kind of like scavenge.
Yeah,
Going after.
just like hunting.
Yeah.
The nearly dead.
Nearly dead. Maybe someone
Been no bums.
lost a lot of money and.
Are there any emergency rooms around here? Like what? You're like an ambulance chaser.
Basically.
I had a Toreador scavenger who tragically died before the St. Jude art show.
Oh man,
Oh my gosh.
that's awful.
So we already have our willpower. So did you go ahead and pick scavenge?
I did. Yeah,
Cool.
I did.
All right. Let's move to the next step. Step 7.
Step 7.
Nature. So this is how you regain willpower.
Yes.
If you do things in your nature.
All right, has to be significant, and that means it costs somebody something.
Yeah. Well, I gotta think about my character a little bit here.
I was poring over these earlier, and I was trying to figure out how it would fit into what I'm thinking. Right.
Black Dahlia, you got me in this mess. I mean, the obvious move is Bravo, but that's pretty it's pretty standard Bruja stuff, or Rebel.
A little too on the nose.
Yeah. Do I want to be too on the nose? Maybe I should just enjoy being on the nose. Competitor. It's pretty cool. I think Black Dahlia, did you get some architect willpower?
I recommend picking a nature based on what you want to do in the game, because you want to do this stuff to get your willpower back, right?
Exactly.
Or autocrat. Black Dahlia is more of an autocrat here. Get someone to help you for nothing. Better win a long-term challenge. Okay.
Okay, 2 more.
I'm just gonna pick Hedonist. All right. What'd you end up picking for nature? Are we keeping that secret, or do you want to tell me?
I took hedonist.
Okay, well that would be lame.
It seemed to fit best with a clan.
It does. What if I want to be a hedonist?
We could both be hedonistic.
Both be hedonists. That's why we're such friends.
I hate to be the third hedonist.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's why we're all picked for the same thing. We hang out at the wine bar, whatever.
But I don't know. I don't know if I would be a hedonist. I have to think about this.
The scavenger.
Yeah, scavenger wouldn't really.
It's getting pretty close to necrophilia. The hedonist scavenger. Just as a warning.
So Rhodey,
tightrope. Yeah,
I'm looking at the skills here, and one of them is protocol. Is that protocol within the Camarilla, or is it like where?
Yeah, that could be used for that, and think of it as like an etiquette skill, right?
Okay, definitely taking that one.
Bravo. All right.
And I think,
you know what? I'm going to lean into the Rebel more, I think. I may not get any willpower in a one shot, but that's fine.
Okay.
Don't build characters for one shots. Assign skills with the following values. Did you pick yours, Mike?
They can be plotter.
Plotter.
Set up a situation involving others with free will. Have it play out just as planned. That could work.
Cool.
Interesting.
That could work. I'm gonna go with.
Do you have to pass Space Rhodian Note? No.
That's a good question.
No, you manage your psychology.
Just like randomly, just as I planned. What? There's no way that's what you planned.
The way we play in my home game is I call for all the skill rolls. That way you can just describe what you're doing and don't have to think about the skill list, especially for a one shot, right? And then you handle all your psychology, because I can't possibly hold all the characters' natures, willpower amount, hunger, all that in my head, right?
It sounds like the correct way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Assign skills with the following values. Oh, I'm getting skills now. All right.
Nice.
The skill pyramid idea comes from Mithras, because Mithras is just bursting with great ideas. It's a great way to take 200 skills and chunk them up.
Okay.
The max hit point by location that reminds me of Mithras. I haven't played it. I'm just reading it now. Or Rune
Yeah.
Quest, I guess.
This one
whatever.
definitely, I was taking Mithras Imperative as the core, and we played a bunch of one shots with my home group and ripped out as many rules as we could until we said, "Oh, that's too far. Let's put some back in."
Nice.
That was gay.
Okay. So you get your skills. I like the pyramid of skill points to assign. But none of them can go over 90 at start, right? Like so.
That's right.
All right. And you can't do 2 20s into one.
That's right.
4 20s across 4 skills. All right. Think I got it.
And that's added to your base percentage
Oh,
if
big
it's not
hands here,
clear.
man.
Yes. Yeah,
Let's get
that
this-
was clear. Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't do it. I don't know how to make that bigger.
Do you want me to do it? If you allow me to share, I could probably do it. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do that either. Guests. No.
I think it's down on the bottom. Or not.
Mm. Well, I don't see it. Oh, yours is there. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let me just get this bigger. And now I'll just move this. There we go. It should be a little easier to see, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Are we okay with skills? You guys still?
I'm almost finished. Almost done here.
Okay. We'll do this.
All right.
All
I'm
right,
just
we'll
gonna,
do it that way.
for the chat, just show the next thing, which is disciplines.
And these are your vampire superpowers.
Cool. Auspex is ESP and mystical sight. Celerity is speed and reactions, and presence is influence crowds and individuals with your bearing. Sweet. I think there's a page on each one of these, isn't there, Rhodey? Like there's a description
that's right.
on the yeah.
Yeah, it describes each of their
Yeah, I remember
powers.
reading it. I'm interested to hear what the others picked for this.
And this is pretty close to what Vampire 1 does, with a few changes based on things I've had problems with Vampire over the years. Celerity is always too powerful. So I've toned it down.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Every dot in Celerity gives you another action every turn in standard White Wolf, which is just, if you know how to play, it's over.
Yeah, that's why I like V5.
So I got rid of that. I got rid of Eyes of Chaos from them Malkavians because I don't like Ask the GM questions powers, right?
Right.
If I'm going to give you your Malkavian insight, I'm going to give it to you, and you're going to have to figure out what it means, and it won't make any sense, right? That's what it's for.
Right. I don't know if you're seeing the chat there, Rhodey, but you've got a few people that are interested in where they can pick this up. have to monetize it.
Yeah, no, this version is freely available on Crispy's Discord. If you're cool enough to get in there, you're cool enough to find the book.
I'm sorry. I mean, there's how many of you on this ride that haven't made that, haven't reached that bar yet? Evidently, now you have to like anime too. I mean, I don't know what's going on that Discord. It's
Why do you hate fun?
see, I'm the odd man out.
Off the rails. Off the
Totally off the rails. Mike,
It's just a good thing they stopped making anime in the 20th century, and none has been made this century at all. So it's not worth talking about.
I can't lie. I do enjoy anime. So
Yeah.
it's
I just,
fun,
you know what? The Discord's not a closed Discord. It's just I keep forgetting to put the invite in. I know
Yeah.
Big Bet gets upset with me for that. I always forget. I got to just remember to put the invite in. Click on the invite. Come and talk about your favorite anime.
There you go.
Should make people ask for the invite.
You know what? Probably should.
That's it.
You just flood it with bots.
Yeah. Single ladies that live close to you.
It's too many single ladies trying to get to these married guys in the Discord.
Too many.
Back off, ladies. Not on our watch.
Adept Austin is asking about it, and this version is free and available. If you'd like to put it on the Mithras website, you have my permission and encouragement. I love those guys. I wrote an adventure for them that didn't get published, but they, Lawrence in particular, gave me the best writing advice I've ever got. Keep it simple, stupid. Was the core of it.
So how do we get you this, Adept? Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Don't do it. It's a trap. Whatever. We have to have you there. Dahlia. I think you're the only woman in that Discord.
Isn't RPG grandma in there? Something?
Oh, that's true. She is. Yeah, but I haven't seen her in a long time.
Yeah.
RPG grandma. I don't know her.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
So what do you guys want to share? I'll share. I'm always
Share what?
You know me. I'll
What are we
share.
sharing?
I've got 1 dot in celerity. I did not know that was power gaming, but evidently I'm a power gamer. And I have 1 dot in presence and 1 dot in obfuscate.
Sick. I haven't even
Nice combo.
finished my skills yet, if I'm being honest with you.
I'm still in my skills too.
You're still in the skills too? All right. So
Yeah.
I'm more of a hand-to-hand guy. I've got a little bit of skill in firearms, but 74 in melee.
Wow.
84 in perform. So I figure as a Toreador, I like the idea that I also perform. I'm thinking I play the trumpet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that I'm thinking I play like the Spanish trumpet style.
Nice.
Right? So I'm thinking before becoming a kindred, I was Hispanic.
You can still be Hispanic.
I'm going to be Hispanic. Yeah. I mean, I'm
And
taking
now
on-
I'm white.
So you got some high skills there. My rolls must have been really low. Jeez.
Well, you add the
The rolls don't
two
do a whole lot.
characteristics together to get your base. Most
Yep.
of mine were between 20 and 24, a few a little higher, some a little lower.
Yep.
And then you add those other
With the
percentages.
the plus 20s, right?
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
also get some from your clan, right? So you pay attention to that,
Okay.
and or not clan. Yeah, no, you get some from the clan, and you get some from your predator style, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Celerity.
So let me go back.
El Crisperino. Yes, that's B.
I got from the clan.
Yeah, I like the idea of playing like a jazzy, or not a jazzy, more Spanish horn.
There we go.
So I've got perform at 84.
What'd you end up taking for your disciplines? Crispy?
I took 1 in celerity, 1 in presence, and 1 in obfuscate.
You're supposed to do 2.
Yeah, so you get 2, and then I got 1 from my predator. You get a dot in obfuscate for being a sneak.
Oh, we only get 2 to start.
Yeah, you only get 2.
You get 2 from your clan,
Yes,
and then you
Yeah,
get
and
1
then
from your predator style.
that's right.
Gotcha. Cool. I went 2 presence, 1 potence.
2 presents. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I guess I could have done 2. No, that's fine. I'm going to keep it.
For my scavenge, I get add 20 to medicine. I'm still behind on this. I get 20 to medicine and insight, but I don't see insight in my skills.
Oh, insight's been removed. Let's replace that with protocol.
Ah, perfect. Self-control.
Oh, there's okay. I don't really want lingering kiss, so I might skip presence 2 there.
Okay.
I'll take potence 2. I'm strong.
Potence is a good one. So potence and celerity, in addition to the effects that are described on their sheets, you're also just stronger and just faster. Right? So I give you a lot of leeway. If you're punching a guy when you have your potence on, we don't need to roll for damage or anything, right? He's out.
Chupacabron. I'm going to come up with a name. Hold on. I'm going to get my name here.
I won't. I'm gonna be a black lady. All right. Done with that. So you got used to. So when there's multiple choices, you just pick one of the powers, or do you get both of the powers? Like potence level 1 has lethal body and soaring leap.
Oh, you can use either of them. Yeah.
Okay. Right on.
All right. That's cool. Got it. Okay, so we need. Oh, you've already got the hit points.
And just for reference, those are vampire hit points. Humans got a lot less.
Okay.
Stamina plus size.
And then, the virtues.
You said you weren't going to do hit locations, though, right? Or
are
we doing
not
that?
random. You take a target. You take a penalty on your roll, and so for example, my understanding from what you wrote, Rhodey, is that it's just a static -20, or is it more specific?
For a limb, it's -20. For a hit, it's -40.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Hmm?
So if I wanted to, let's say, attack a leg, then it's going to be -20 on my attack roll.
That's right.
For whatever I'm doing. Like if I'm doing let's say I'm kicking him or something.
Right. Or if you want to shoot the gun out of his hand, or
sure, exactly. So I'm more of a melee kind of knife fighter, leaning into the heritage here. So it's going to be, I would roll my melee is 74. But if I'm trying to cut him on the hand, then I'd have to roll under a 54.
Under or equal to, yep.
Yeah, under 2 or under or equal to. Got it. Makes sense. That's clear.
And then if we were playing more than one, the way it works on improvement is you roll over your current skill, right? So as you get better, it's harder. It's easier to do it, but harder to improve.
Got it.
Cultist 176. No, we're not using Vampire the Masquerade's dice pool system. This is a D100 hack.
This is Space Roadie's version. Borrowed from other, or influenced by other games. Okay, so we get 5 backgrounds, nothing over 3.
Okay, nice. Ooh, boy, there's lots of good decisions here. Contacts. Man, only 5.
Oh, yeah.
Pain excellence.
Resources.
Oh, I'm tempted to pump some into
We'll talk
Fame.
about hunger in a little bit, Cultist. Let these guys get through Kerjin.
Yeah, I gotta do it. Gotta do it. Resources. Profit after paying all your bills. Got it. What's retainers? You guys okay if I scroll down here a little bit? Just want to show.
Yep.
Retainers are your vampiric servants, your Renfield, right? Your ghoul who watches you while you sleep, a human that you feed your blood to in order to make him stronger, more powerful.
Got it.
Gives him a dot in your discipline.
And it's normal to have a retainer, someone to look after you during the day.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Also, as you lose humanity, it gets harder to deal with people and their stupid little feelings and opinions. Someone have Renfield do it. He's good at talking to these cattle.
Right. The blood bags.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right,
And we're not going to be counting money, but your resources are going to tell you, what kind of stuff you can do. Just keep it within reason of your resources.
So I get the idea of it. I put 3 dots into resources. So I want to really lean into this hedonism.
Mm-hmm.
So that would mean I'm living a lifestyle that's fairly affluent relative.
That's
to
right.
The
And when
standard.
you decide to get the van and A-team it up for the assault, then you can afford that.
I can afford it. Okay.
Yeah.
What does it mean for liquidate? So I have assets that I can liquidate in a short period of time that can give me 50,000.
You can erase one of your dots and get that much money.
Oh, I see what that. So
selling off
erasing
your
a
stuff.
dot does that.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I'm just gonna make a note of that.
I took 2 contacts.
Nice.
Just so you guys
Always
are
good
aware.
choice.
How about you, Mike? What are you thinking?
I was looking at contacts.
I
And
could go more in influence if you'd like to go contacts.
I didn't do any contacts, so I did 1 fame and 1 in retainers.
Why don't you take contacts also, and I'll just do 1 contact.
you sure?
Yeah, I want to
If
have.
you want
one
to, it's
influence.
fine. I can pick something else.
I'll take
Okay,
influence.
so I'll pick a contact. So I'll do, let's see, 1 there, right? And then resources. Maybe I'll do.
Oh dang!
Like I
I should have
would-
put all 5 in resources. Be rolling in it.
You can only put 3.
I think, so,
Only
I think
3,
that's
right?
only
Yeah.
3. Yeah. So it's
you should.
30. That's
Good to
supposed to be
it's good to have a sugar
30,000,
daddy.
right? The comma. There's just an extra digit there on the resources. Not that we're going to get there, but
That's right. That's supposed to be 30,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this 90s money?
No, it's modern day.
This is after paying your bills, so
Dang.
Pretty
Buy
good.
weapons and armor and choose a vehicle. Oh, nice.
One in pain.
Okay. Buy weapons and armor. What is how much do we have to spend? Is that based on the resources?
no, we were just going to have you choose 2
Choose
weapons
one?
and 2 pieces of armor and 1 vehicle. Yeah.
Gotcha. 2 weapons. Are you okay if I reskin a piercing? Like just
Yeah, do
use
whatever you want.
like an example. Like so you got Bowie knives there, but I kind of want a butterfly knife.
It's a Bowie knife, but okay.
Okay. Is that what that is?
Phil, would you like to explain to a non-Texan why it's Bowie knife?
It's big.
Oh,
Like-
it's big. Okay.
Bowie's
No,
the
it's
name
it's
of a
based-
Texas hero,
I was
Jim
thinking of
Bowie.
that. My
Jim Bowie.
Mhm.
my sheltered nature is coming through. So I'm thinking of the knife. I want something that's really concealable. I was thinking about the ones
Totally.
that have the split handle where you can hold one handle and flip
Yeah,
it
that's a
around.
butterfly knife, and they do the flip around thing. Sure,
Yeah.
go for it.
I'm gonna take a 45 and a steak.
Let's see.
2 plus 2 damage. I just want something really concealable for that. Like I'll do a snub nosed. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll just do a snub nosed revolver.
A little special.
38 special.
Yeah, but a
38
little more
special.
punch than a 38, like a snub nosed
Some nose 44.
44. Yeah,
Yeah.
357 snub.
Take a bat and a 9mm. That's right.
There you go.
Yeah, that works.
Mike, would you like to share?
Oh, what I'm scheming?
Yeah.
Let's see. For my weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah, bat and 9mm. That's what I'm looking at.
Ooh, nice. Can't beat a bat.
Can't beat a bat. You can beat a bat, but
What else are you gonna do with it?
swing it around.
All right. And then a vehicle that fits with our armor.
Do we get armor?
Yep, 2 pieces of armor.
2 pieces of armor. Okay, cool.
This is all based on stuff that really exists. There's no such thing as leg and arm armor.
No.
I looked it up.
Soft plate for me.
Soft padding. And then one more.
Always good to have a helmet.
A civilian helmet. Go around with a hockey helmet on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a bike helmet, like a motorcycle.
That would be
Full face, like the and it's gonna be like a high end one, like an Arai helmet.
Let's say soft
Very classy.
padding.
I'm also gonna have a bike helmet. And soft plate. Hey Crispy, who's riding the bitch spot on our motorcycle?
I was just gonna say, what kind of motorcycle are you riding? I've already got one in mind.
What kind of motorcycle are we riding?
Oh man, you're not gonna be on the no
That's
way.
adorable. Yeah.
You can be in the sidecar.
Okay.
You can be like
Maybe if your motorcycle pulls a chariot, that'd be kind of cool.
I kind of want to It's an Arai bike helmet. That's a sport bike helmet, but
I don't know enough about anything to say what kind of helmet I'm gonna have. But it's
It's
gonna
not-
look
I got
cool.
expensive
Don't worry
taste.
about it.
I'm gonna do a for the bike. It'll be like an expensive sport bike.
Your Bugatti.
No, I'm not thinking a Ducati. I'm thinking like a Brutale, the Augusta. What is that called? Oh no, screw it. I'm gonna do an Aprilia.
Yeah, it's gonna be bedazzled.
It's an Aprilia RSV4.
Since I am a scavenger, I'm back to armor for me. I'm gonna go the hockey helmet. That makes sense.
I'll ask Max what kind of motorcycle I'm driving. He'll tell me.
Let's see, vehicle efficiency.
Well, you should do like a what are you going for? Like a more of a chopper, like a big old
Yeah.
Harley.
But not as chopper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say. Like a
No
lighter
ape hanger
Harley,
handles?
like a little bit of a lighter
Big old
Harley.
hangers. Weird.
Yeah. Basically, the bike that Max wants to drive. I'm gonna drive it in my game to flaunt it.
Nice.
I'll try to find a picture of it. He sent me.
I want to drive a motorcycle, but I don't know anything about motorcycles.
Oh, you just do whatever. Do a cruiser or whatever.
I'm actually more of a.
I like that. And this is gonna sound so ridiculous. The motorcycle from the Tron remake, not the Tron bike, but the one he had before he went into the world. It's a Ducati, I think.
Ducati blackout bike. Yeah.
MV Augusta.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I
I'm
want.
gonna do
Blackout
this
Ducati. That's it.
He's not. I can't find it. I'll have to ask Max here. Is Max in the chat? Maxie in the chat? Yeah, there he is. A Triumph or a
like a speed triple.
A Neo Retro one. It's a Yamaha SR 700. That's my bike.
That's yours?
Nice.
What? Get out of here.
I'm gonna change to a military helmet. Yeah. Now I'm getting the
Now you're cooking.
I'm getting the vision. Military helmet, soft padding, and a blackout Ducati. I like it.
Perfect. Now that's the ticket.
Everything makes sense about the way damaged armor works.
Okay, I think so.
You want to
probably
explain
go
it?
over it? Yeah.
So your attack roll is a D100. The ones die, that's your damage, right? So everything's a D10 with those the damage bonuses on top of it. All right, so when it says a gun does +3,
then it's the
right,
ones
pistol does
number
+3.
+3.
Mhm.
Okay. Augusta Brutale.
That's right, Dan. We're vampire bikers.
There you go.
We are, man. There you go. Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's a strong.
You should
strong setup.
pull up the Augusta Brutale.
Okay.
Brutale. The brand is Augusta.
He said Yamaha. Anyways, what'd you say, man? Let's go. Crispy.
Oh, never mind. I was just drooling over a bike that I love. Augusta Brutale. Brutale. Only hedge fund
this looks
managers buy that
fancy.
bike. Okay, so we've got that. We got the idea that the ones die is damage, right? And then armor is damage reduction.
That's right.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
This guy,
Yep. But all black.
it's pretty cool.
So hyper naked.
Nice.
I appreciate you leaving a little longer seat for me to sit.
Yeah, you're not
The back
riding on
there.
there. There's no
Gonna be comfortable,
pillion.
yeah.
There's no pillion pegs for you. They're taking them
I don't
out.
know where you're going to put your purse, but you'll
I'll
figure
hold
it out.
tight. I'll hold tight.
I have a soft bag for my trumpet that just hangs off my shoulder.
I have,
That's
a
There
soft,
you
I have
go.
a soft bag too. Against your back.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Louis Vuitton saddlebags.
Yeah, that's
There
right.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they call me.
That's it.
All right. It's cool bike. It's a pretty cool bike. All right. What are we doing now?
Characters or something.
Damage
Feels like a lot of
modifiers and
numbers.
stuff. Strength plus size. And this is going to add a modifier to all my strength rolls.
To your melee rolls, yeah. Melee and arms. And I have that on the back by your weapons.
Okay.
Is where the slot
Got
is.
it. Ooh, size and strength are not the highest for me.
Yeah, but you got potence. You'll
high
figure it
enough
out.
to get the one.
Oh, damage modifier. Right. Okay. Size, strength.
Yeah, I have potence too. So
21. I got one.
yeah, I think
Plus
the
one.
gangrel has to ride a bike. I think we have to be bike bros.
Bike bro.
Yeah.
I like the
I dig it.
aesthetic of it.
I dig
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
I like it. Cruising out in the desert, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see. So my strength and size, it's 23.
Hitting up a bar in the middle of nowhere.
23, wow.
Murdering everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So my
Right
modifier.
at Dawson, we're just split into firearms and melee, using melee for unarmed as well. Keep it simple. Going with the White Wolf method there,
1. Wow.
more or less.
Excuse me.
Damage modifier.
Okay, I've got that.
I've decided
Right.
to go another route with this character.
Touchstone. Oh, we've already talked a
Excited
little bit
for it
about
now.
Touchstone. Do you want to talk about that? You guys cool?
Lot-
And what
Let's talk
Yeah.
about it.
I'm ready.
I've got a concept, but Mike's ready. Let's go.
Oh no, you go first. I'm ready to talk about.
Oh, let me
touchdowns,
present your thing first. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
I
So,
mean, I'm thinking maybe like a sibling or something, but let's talk about it. Yeah.
okay. I kind of like the idea of this being just a random person.
Okay.
So my thought is that it's she's a Hispanic worker. She works in one of the hotels on the strip in housekeeping, but I saw her at a music club where I was performing, and she has this killer voice, and I'm just absolutely mesmerized by this. Not like no formal training. She changes sheets basically for a living, and it's a thankless job, but I'm convinced like she's got the most incredible sound. Like her pipes, she can sing better than most of the shows on the strip. And so I can't help but be drawn to her. I as she's, in the evening when she's in, leaving her shift or whatever, I'm there in front of the hotel where she's working, just like to keep eyes on it. Like just absolutely.
You're the Shaggy to her Shakira.
Yeah. Like she's the next big singer. I'm convinced. And so like she must be protected. That voice, it's the voice of an angel. Like it.
There you go. Yeah.
So that's my touchstone, and we'll call her Marcelina Perez. Marcelina Perez.
Mine is going to be a cop. It's going to be a dude. And basically what happened, I basically looked at this touchstone thing and I got inspiration from it. So the first person I killed as a vampire, I stuck around to see the detective. He saw the person die and he cried a little, and that like touched me deeply. And I didn't know why he cared so much. And now I've been stalking him around and trying to find out why he's so human.
I'm thinking
He doesn't know who I am, but he's
yeah.
investigating me.
I dig it.
What you got? Mike?
For me, I'm thinking my touchstone would be my younger sister. That's still human.
Yes.
And she works in one of the local casinos. We lost contact after I started my new life, and she's got to be protected at all costs in my mind. She's the most important thing to me, and I'm always keeping an eye. We haven't seen each other, though, since my turning. I kind of lurk in the shadows. My family I just up and disappeared. No one knows what happened to me.
Are they looking for you?
There was
Like actively?
an active missing persons, but
Yeah. How long has it been?
it's been over a year at this point. Yeah.
Brandon,
over
you're
a year.
baby you're a baby boy.
Yeah.
You're a
Aren't we
baby
all-
boy of a vampire.
Aren't we all technically? Oh,
I think
are
that
we- How should we? How's that supposed to be?
I think at the start it said within 5 years.
Within 5?
50.
Okay, yeah. Within 15
50 years.
50.
No, 50. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go with newly. It's been about a year.
That's cool.
You know, it's still fresh on my family. Like whatever happened to him, they're hurt, they're broken, right? And I'm just in the shadows. I don't interact. I can't. You know.
Yeah.
And my sister is that one touchstone.
I'll say it's been like 7 years for me. Maybe 5 years. Is there a touchstone section somewhere that I'm not missing? I'm just kind of write it out.
I just wrote it on the
Yeah.
on the second page. Okay. Haven. Is there anything else we need to do, Rhodey, or is that okay for touchstones?
Yeah, no. Yeah, just to define them a little bit. That's perfect.
Okay.
Give us some resonance with your character. You got it. Don't worry about the points on Haven, but let's define it.
Okay. Talk about what it looks like.
Yeah. Are you
Well,
at an abandoned movie theater? Are you at
Nice.
where?
Well, if we are not in a coterie, then we would have separate havens. But we could potentially have a shared haven, I'm assuming.
Maybe we could play into the bike thing. Like we're the Haven's a motorcycle
Does anyone
club
know how
or
to-
a motorcycle
does anyone actually know
dealership.
how to
or
like fix bikes? I might take something like that.
could be like a garage.
A
Would
garage or a
would that be like a
hangar.
fabricate check or repair check?
Repair, yeah.
Oh, that's what retainers are for, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But a motorcycle, I like the idea of, well, I
Yeah.
don't know if we could do something. You can do separate if you want. Like I was going to go with the motorcycle thing, but
Well, if we're a coterie, then we could definitely. If we're not a coterie and we are just,
like the idea of
acquaintances,
being
we
a
wouldn't
coterie.
have a shared haven.
yeah.
I like the idea of starting out as a coterie as well,
That's fun. Yeah.
especially in a one shot.
So the
Yeah.
If
security.
it was like a 4-shot, it'd be cool to like coalesce. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Um,
you know,
I like the idea of a bit of a motorcycle club.
I like Max's idea. We just have
An
this
all-night
like
racetrack. Yeah,
badass
Yeah.
rural area, like
sure.
derby.
So it could be like a motorcycle track.
Yeah.
Guys
And
want
it's
to
got-
bring their
It's
bikes.
got like kind of a big hangar out there.
The
You can park our
hangar.
bikes in, and has like engine lifts and stuff like that. Yeah.
What a cool scene.
surveillance. Well, you can have cameras. What else?
Sure.
How hard? It's not hard to find. I mean, it's a place where everyone goes. It's kind of hiding in the open.
Yeah, you got to kind of go off
Or
on the
infiltrate, right? So maybe the
Yeah.
place where your coffins are is underground in a bunker
Yeah.
behind a steel door or something.
Yeah,
right?
I
Then you
like
have
that.
A bunch
Like an old bomb shelter or something that's underneath.
for sure.
the hangar.
for sure. But I like the idea of this being out like you go down like a county road for a ways. You kind of have to know a little bit.
Yeah,
how to
if it's
get
going to be a
there.
track, then it's not going to be within city limits. It'd be
I don't want it like
outside.
off the highway.
It's too loud.
I want it
Like a track in the desert,
Yeah.
yeah,
like
we're in Las Vegas. Yeah,
like way out in the
let's
like
have some
not too
badass
far.
desert location. That's a great idea.
Badass desert location with like a bunker or a hangar.
That sounds awesome.
I could see it. I could see it now.
Hey, Phil, if you look in the private chat, did you try to drop that link into the chat?
No.
There's a Discord link there. If Adept Austin or
I could draw.
Elf
Oh, I
Hunter
see what
are
you're
still
saying.
around.
I was about to click it. Like,
If you guys are still
yes.
around, here we're going to drop the invite to the Discord, so you can drop on in.
Boom, boom, boom.
You will be
boom,
warmly welcomed,
boom, 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 boom.
and then you'll find out that everyone's talking about anime.
That's so much anime. There's
I
just
can.
so much anime.
I can't post a comment to yours.
This comment has failed. Yeah.
Gotta have the wrench to post a link.
I can only post a
Dang.
comment to Rumble and X, and neither of them take comments from StreamYard. So
I'll try again.
see if you can do it, Crispy.
I don't think I can either, but I'll try.
Okay.
How do I do that? Just
Comment has failed to post Table Runner Crispy. Conway.
copy.
We need to get some. Never mind. I'm not gonna finish it since.
I don't know if that works. or
Hey,
not.
there you go.
There it is.
I can see it.
Hey.
There you go.
We
Okay.
got it. We got it now. Yeah.
Jump on in, gentlemen. Okay, so Haven, we got that nailed down.
Okay, Haven. Boom. How
And then-
hard is it? So we have 20 points to add to percentile ratings.
I think we said not to worry about the percentile
Oh,
things.
okay.
Just to clarify what it is.
Let's just put 20s on each of them, and we'll just move forward in case it comes up.
Status.
Sounds good.
I am not high status. What's your charisma?
You're all new to the
Yeah, I'm 5 years old.
Amarillo. You're not even
Okay.
full members yet, so you'll be
No.
below 20.
Okay.
Oh, man,
Yeah, like
yeah.
I'm at 9.
I'm 10. Yeah.
Status. I'll put.
Virtues.
Oh, how did you
I did
know-
these.
How'd you know you were 9 or 10? How'd you know that?
Based on our
Well,
characteristics,
yeah, I just took
right?
my charisma number.
Yeah.
My
same.
charisma rating is 9.
Oh, it starts at your charisma rating. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry.
So
Getting by on your good looks. Yep.
15,
virtues,
baby. Let's go.
assign 150 points in any combination to the following virtues, which are not skills.
Oh, wow.
Conscience, courage, self-control.
Those are the 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Uh,
Rhodey, clarification. The character sheet has next to conscience, it has resolve and stamina. That's not used, or is that like you don't add?
That's your
those-
base rating, just like a
that's
skill.
Oh, so it's just like that. Okay, and then
Yep.
you assign
And I've made a
150.
change to the 150 thing.
Okay,
Instead of that, we're going to do a little pyramid of 50, 40, 40 and add
Okay,
that
that
to your
makes sense.
base.
50,
Yeah.
40, 40.
Okay.
Okay.
50, 40, 40. Okay, I see how that works.
Elf
Nice.
Hunter, are you not in the Discord? What the hell are you doing, man? Finally.
Get in
Fucking
here.
finally.
Get in here. You're all welcome. And once you're in, just as a brief aside, we've
that's
got like
good.
a practice like training room thing. Jump on in there. Say, hey, when's the next practice? I want to give it a shot. Our friend Rick has been doing those, so yeah.
It's awesome.
So
Great.
virtues,
Yes.
I'm only going to call for rolling them when it relates to frenzy, right?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That's when that's rolled.
But
Got it.
some players really like to use that to make decisions on their role play. Just roll
Makes
conscience
sense.
in this situation and see if I'm going to drain this guy dry or not because I'm really hungry and I think I should. And I manage my psychology
Right.
because, of course, I do, right?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Been waking up hungry. Are we? Yeah. Exciting.
So what do we have here? Sire.
Yeah.
Name
Go
your
ahead,
sire.
go ahead and let's do sire. Yeah,
Okay.
give me another lever to pull.
Okay. Here we go. A short description of your sire. Your relationship in one word. Okay, let me do that.
My relationship in one word.
One word.
I'm just gonna write bitch.
That works.
Do you want me to name her too?
Yeah.
Let's call her. It's gonna be a D name, Deborah.
So is this the person that turned you into a
bitch.
kindred?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And like Lestat and Louis, they still have a special sway over you, right? They're the Jungian father figure. Right?
Gotcha.
If you Mark Reinhagen, the writer of Vampire, was really big on Jung, and if you start looking at it through that lens, a lot of what he did makes sense. Yeah.
I'm just writing down the name here.
It's not a burly biker. It's a sexy lady. Obviously, we got to get some sexy lady vampires in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. What did you choose for yours, Mike?
I'm gonna go with intimidating as the one word.
Intimidating. Okay.
And the name will be Draven.
Draven. Well, that's a great name.
Thank you.
I want to steal that.
What's the name of yours, Crispy? Also Draven?
No. Well, it is now. I like that name. Francisco Ramos. Francisco Ramos. And the word I chose was fatherly.
Okay.
Okay, since you did a D name, I'm changing from Deborah. I'll do
Karen.
That's the second time I made you re-select my bed.
Eileen.
All right.
Eileen, that's a good one too.
Yeah. She never told me her last name, actually. I don't even know who she is. But she's a bitch. She probably told me her last name. Who knows?
Like Rebecca de Mornay in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Yeah. All right, did we finish? Are we done?
No, there's one more thing here.
What?
Name your character. Think of a short description of your style. Preppy bikers. Oh, they've got biker. Sleazy skank, sweats and Crocs, draped in velvet.
Sweats.
Okay, nice.
Sweats and Crocs is a great description.
You're gonna do sweats and Crocs.
Absolutely not doing sweats and Crocs.
Okay.
These are awesome descriptions.
All right, I got a name. Silvio Sosa.
Ooh.
Silvio's his name. And for the brief short description, I don't know, Rico Suave, like he money and style.
Mm-hmm.
I almost named my guy David Cross. But obviously I can't do that. And
yeah.
Blood resonance.
My guy's name is David Butler. And he is
Camargo. I'm changing.
I don't know how I would describe this. What I'm trying to do with them. Basically, he's basically like one of these people that really try to get people to their cause, but it's really just an attempt to get them to like praise them. You know what I mean? Like a narcissist. Maybe narcissist is a good way to say it. A narcissist rebel. That's what I'll call him. Narcissistic rebel.
Right on.
I have a name. I'm gonna go with Victor Wraith.
Victor
Damn.
Wraith. Man,
R-A-I-T.
Mike's got the names tonight.
My guy's name is Victor Wraith.
My name's Wraith now too.
It's with a
Wraith
K.
family.
Wraith. I'm gonna write these down. So
Swiss
Victor.
family Wraith. All right.
Phil, what was yours? Yours was
David Butler.
David Butler. Dave.
Yeah.
Dave
Dave.
Butler.
Hey, don't call me Dave. Actually,
Okay.
He gets really
Yeah.
upset about that.
I don't
Doesn't
like
like
that. Yeah, I like.
Like-
I like
What was your
it
last
used.
name, Crispy? Your Silvio
I'm gonna change it to
Sosa?
Camargo. Silvio Camargo. Silvio
All right.
Silvio Camargo Camargo.
Mm-hmm.
And it was David, not Dave.
Not Dave.
Don't even start with me with that
Call him
Dave stuff.
Sweatpants David.
Hey, where are your Crocs, Dave? And
What was the
and then I
last name?
frenzy.
David
Butler.
Butler.
All right, well, instead of talk about hunger, and let's talk about the game loop a little bit.
Yeah, let's do
Right.
that. All right, where is the hunger mechanic? I guess that one we should go. Compulsions. There we go.
Next to willpower.
Right here.
Well, compulsions are what happens when you get a bestial result, if it's not obvious.
Okay. And a bestial result is
And
a
that is the-
failed hunger check.
It's any die roll
Any failed die roll. Okay.
that
The
may-
beast starts to
any-
emerge.
If you go ahead, explain space ready.
That's above your hunger threshold. That's right. And
Okay.
the threshold is listed under the dot.
Right. So we have 3 points in hunger. So that means our threshold is 85.
Yeah. So any
Mine.
roll,
Any
85
Well,
or over.
let's do an example. Phil,
Yeah.
have my dice.
you're
here.
trying to break into a car and you get a bestial success. What does that mean?
Uh-oh. You want me to role play? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Show us what it would be.
Is that okay? Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I have the Slim Jim in my hand, and I'm trying to get it unlocked, and then it's not really working right away, and then I crash the windshield. And I go, car's open.
Got it.
Pop
Yes.
open, tear the door off, throw it away.
Crispy,
Should've done
you're
that from the
trying to get a girl at a bar to come into a dark corner,
Yeah.
and you get a bestial failure on your persuade roll. What does that mean?
Ooh. I get angry. I grab her hand and drag her off the stage
Oh, no.
Oof.
into the green room.
Oof.
To ravage her with your fangs.
No, to complain that she was off key.
Smart.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got it.
Awesome.
Let's talk about something that maybe doesn't come across in the book. What's the difference between a bestial result and frenzy?
Ooh.
Okay,
I don't
frenzy
know.
is the beast is taken over.
Oh, okay.
You're not doing it the beast's way. The beast is doing it his way.
Got it.
Now, in White Wolf, it says I'm supposed to play your character, but no. Don't you
Yeah,
want
we
to play your
just-
character in its extremity? Yes, you do.
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Right. So you play tough on yourself. You are in pure animalistic fight or flight when you're in frenzy, and that's the result of a bunch of blood being near you when you're hungry.
Roger.
The internal red fear, the Rotschreck, related to fire and vampires. Right. You're not just scared of fire. Fire freaks you out on a fundamental level and causes the beast to appear. Same with sunlight, right?
And then it's really like you just lean into that. No
Yeah.
That would be like-
humanity.
No, you are an animal, yeah.
Just
That'd
animal.
be like a courage check.
Fire
You're
and
around
sunlight
fire.
is courage, yeah.
Yeah, and then
And then
that,
self-control is
that's
taunting because the beast is particularly vulnerable to being fucked with. Right?
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Makes sense.
And you can use these virtues to make decisions in role playing if you like, and I find that a satisfying way to do it.
The blood potency. What? Remind me again how that works.
Okay, so I'm not using generation in this version. So blood potency is as you get older, you get more powerful, and
so
or
it
as you
doesn't apply.
diabolarize, drink another vampire's soul, you get more powerful.
Got it.
Mm.
So when Phil kills me, he will
Haha.
get
just
one
do what you're
dot.
told, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I had a character drink another character in my last session at home. Yeah,
Brutal.
Yeah. Don't cut me off on the road.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't call him Dave.
Don't call me.
That's how you get trained. Yeah.
That's how you get trained.
Yeah.
I murdered the last guy that called me Dave. All right.
Apparently, I'm doing this for all the Daves out there. Excuse me, Davids.
So the game loop
Uh,
is I'm going to start the game with night falls over Vegas, and we're off. Right?
Yeah.
You wake up in your haven. Maybe you talk to your ghoul. You're going to roll hunger, right, which is a humanity roll.
Mhm.
And then you are probably going to use Blush of Life. And I say just go ahead and roll Blush of Life when you wake up every day.
Yeah.
Get those 2 rolls out of the way. Now, starting at 3 hunger with 2 rolls, somebody has to feed.
Yeah.
And once you're at 4 or 5 hunger, you have then you're rolling that conscience to not drain them dry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I'm rolling blush if I fail that first roll, but that's me. I'm going crazy, I guess.
It is you will stand out looking like a walking corpse among humans if you don't, and make that choice whatever you want. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Mm.
It's not ideal.
Okay. So depending on what we roll here, these are just indications of the kind
If you're
of
at
hunger.
that humanity, that's the kind that humanity, right? You're at 60.
Okay.
So
that's right
everything
there.
at 60 and above,
Got it.
60 and below
Anything.
rather, would cause you a humanity check. Yes.
Okay. Got it. And that's how we start off. You roll D100 to see, and it's not humanity we roll. You said blush.
Okay. It's a hunger check, but it
Hunger
is
check.
rolling humanity.
Oh, I see. Got it. It's
Right.
clear now.
Whereas Vampire 5 has a flat 50-50 for its hunger check.
Mhm.
I link it to humanity. As you lose your humanity, you got to feed more.
Got it.
Oh, that's a good way to do it.
Okay.
That's clever.
Thank you.
Man, you really got to drink a lot of blood when you're a shitty vampire.
Yep. But at that point, you have retainers, you have contacts, you have blood dolls, you have a throng of people bent to your will
Right.
Weekly
through
orgies.
fear, manipulation, adoration, money, whatever.
Smart.
And you just feed off your herd.
That's the goals, man.
Yeah.
That's the life.
That's living
Big
life.
goals.
That's living the
Big
life.
Working our way up to Princeton, right? Gonna.
That's the life.
Hell yeah.
That's the unlife. There we go.
Well, and let's talk about your arc. In my opinion, the challenge of Vampire is to complete your character arc before circumstances take you out.
Right.
Right? Whether that's I'm gonna not take care of my humanity and let it get low and play someone who's becoming a monster, or whether I'm gonna play a guy who starts at 60 and I'm trying to get 65. Right? That's what I want. I want to. I feel my humanity slipping away. It scares me. I'm always thirsty. I'm always angry, and I have to hold on to some kind of self-control. And I'm going to build up that way, right? So you choose that arc,
Okay.
and that's kind of what you're in the middle of while we're playing our little game, right?
I got big plans.
You got big plans? That's what
Yeah.
you're thinking? I think I'd be more concerned about losing my humanity. I don't want to lose sight. I don't want the beast to take over my enjoyment of the finer things of life.
There's a lot more going on than my stupid immortal soul. You know what I mean?
Right.
Selfish to just think of your own soul.
I feel like I'm being Gangrel.
Yeah.
I've definitely gone closer to the beast side. You know,
Yeah.
my humanity is questionable at times. Maybe, you know.
Yeah. That's why I like having you around. It's interesting.
I guess willpower is the other moving part we haven't really talked about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And if you look in the beginning of the book there,
Okay. Go back to
page 13,
page 13.
we talk about
Roger.
willpower. And it's a meta currency, but it has a cost, right? So there's a number below your willpower dot.
Yes.
If you're resisting vampiric powers that, say, elders would use on you, then you're rolling that number.
Okay.
So as you spend your willpower, you are spending your mental reserves, and thus less. You have less mental defense. Yeah.
I see. And you can spend it to avoid a frenzy. What's a rot shrek? What's that mean?
That's the fear of fire and sun.
Oh,
Red
okay.
fear.
The red fear. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The red fear.
I think I did read that now. The
There was a-
weaknesses. Yeah.
Yeah, there were definitely a bunch of words I wasn't familiar with. I was Googling while going through this.
Can't be used on humanity or hunger rolls. Excellent. Okay. Got it. Avoid a roll buying a regular success. Okay. Cool. I like that. But there is a cost.
There's a cost. You have to do it before the roll. The only one you can use afterwards is damage, because that's fair enough to me.
Okay.
Mr. Max says you speak German, Crispy.
I don't speak German. I wish I did. My daughter speaks German.
Nice.
My daughter-in-law is fluent in German. Her dad's born in Germany. But yeah.
You're showboating.
Me? No, I just have
No, they are.
A difficult language.
I like German. No, I speak French and English. That's it. Typical silly Canadian.
All right. Well, questions on what we got.
Any questions? My only question is, why haven't we done this already? This sounds awesome.
Yeah,
What's the
Can't wait.
this is exciting.
So you spend willpower to do those things in that table.
That's right.
Avoid things. And you can mitigate all the damage.
From one hit. Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, and then when you do that, that means that your skill or whatever at avoiding powers that would control you decreases by 10.
Right. Anytime you're resisting a vampiric discipline,
What's our blood potency? Is it 1?
it's one.
It's one.
And how does what's the system around that?
So as you age, I think I ended up with 50 years.
I mean, like,
Or
what do I do
if you
with-
diabolarize, you go up, and then take, for example, your potence. You get a number of extra damage equal to your dots times your blood potency.
Oh, so it's in the,
All right,
it's in the
so-
disciplines.
Yeah.
Got it.
And there's
Got
also you get attribute and bonuses when you blood potency up, and you get ability to use more than one discipline in a turn and stuff.
Cool. That's pretty cool. All right. Trying to find the blood buff stuff you're talking about.
The
Plus 20
disciplines.
to your skill or discipline rating per blood potency. Okay. Cool.
If maybe we could just look at some of the disciplines here. Like, nobody has animalism, I don't think, but
He's a
Might.
gangrel. He might. Kingmaker might.
Do you have that, Mike?
Which one?
Animals? Animalism?
Animalism.
What did you take for your disciplines?
I see.
I didn't take that. I took this. Okay, so level
Hang on,
1.
I actually I didn't
Cool.
select my disciplines yet. Everything but
What?
that.
20 to evade per blood potency. Okay.
Well, what did you get for your? You said your, what's that called? Opportunist or scavenger?
Scavenger, yeah.
Yeah. So that gives you a thing.
Yeah, hang on, let me go to scavenger real quick.
Scavenger?
Gives you auspex.
Oh, it's auspex. Okay.
Gain 1 dot of auspex. So
Heightened senses.
So that's discipline.
And sentiency, and he gets both. It's so good.
Oh, nice.
Auspex. 1 dot there.
So the big two for gangrel are animalism and protean, shape shifting and animal control.
Oh, you can
As far as
shapeshift.
thematically.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And
Animalism,
also
animalism, fortitude, and protein.
yeah. So this one gives you like a dog buddy or some other animal buddy.
Yeah.
Fortitude, protein.
And
Lots
can
of stray
sense-
cats, lots of pigeons in Vegas. We
you
don't
can
have
sense
squirrels.
Vampirism. and
Really?
another-
Don't have squirrels?
There's maybe a handful, but you never see a squirrel in Vegas. Yeah, I live there. So
Wow.
you're
But
getting the real
pigeons
dirty
everywhere?
city.
Man, I
Oh, yeah,
hate
lots of pigeons.
pigeons. I loathe almost all birds because I have a black car and I don't have to explain
Oh
why
yeah,
that.
that'll do it.
because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every stupid bird in the sky is aiming for my car.
Mm.
And I'm kind of a car guy. I like to keep the car clean. Forget it.
Yeah. I have that problem with seagulls.
Oh, seagulls are terrible too. The
Yeah,
original dumpster bird.
I'm like 1,000 feet from the bay, so they're
Mhm.
Oh.
crapping all over the place.
So what other things should we know about Vegas? Like I've been to Vegas once, twice.
Mhm.
What other things?
Oh well, let's see. So outside of the strip, the city kind of shuts down at 10.
Oh, really? Okay. So it's just the strip.
It's
that's
not.
the all
Yeah,
night.
if you want a meal past 11 o'clock, you're probably gonna have to go close to the strip. It's got a lot of really dirty ghettos,
Okay.
as bad as DC or New York. It's got 600 miles of storm drain tunnels under the city in which
Wow.
up to 300 homeless people live.
Really?
Opportunities to feed.
And what is the native? What do they call it? What do you call people that live in Las Vegas? Not
Las
vegans.
Vegans.
Las Vegans. So the what is the native Las Vegans view of the tourists and the, because we're native to there, right?
Sure.
How would we feel about all the?
Well,
I know that
townies
there's-
usually don't like the tourist section, right? We don't hang out on
Yeah.
the strip a lot if you're a local, unless you're going there for a specific reason. I work
So-
there, so I'm.
So
There
what
all
do
the
they?
time.
Where do the locals go? They probably avoid the strip because it's just a tourist trap.
Yeah, you'll go to a strip for a show or something like that, but otherwise you go to. There's a neighborhood casino on every corner.
Right.
Shitty little, like a diner with video poker, right?
Okay.
That serves drinks and is open 24 hours.
Okay. A lot of coin operated laundromats and those kind of things.
We're going to
Nair-
strip.
Hair and nail places. A lot of nail
Oh
places.
yeah,
What
there's
about, like,
one shutting
golf
down right by my
courses?
house right now.
A lot of liquor stores.
Liquor stores, golf courses. gun shops.
Here's a fun one. If you go to a Walmart in Vegas and you would
Yeah.
like to buy a pack of socks,
Yes.
you have to hit the ringer and wait for a person to come and open it for you, at which
Really?
they hold it over their head and will walk it up to the counter like you're in prison. Walk in the
It's
line,
socks.
boss. And then you can check it out there. Yeah, it's the
that just
theft is
socks?
really bad. That's why.
Oh, theft is bad. Okay.
Mhm.
Theft in general.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought people like to steal socks in Vegas. Huh?
a lot of dogs. A lot of dogs in Vegas.
Lots of stray cats.
Lots of stray cats.
Yeah, a lot of people have dogs. Surrounded by mountains, which you may not realize if you've only been to the Strip. We're in a valley.
Yeah.
There's mountains in every
valley.
direction when you look around.
I saw that when we flew in.
Oh, yeah.
Now there's a ton of tourists, and I know we're not supposed to.
We're not
touch
supposed to feed on
tourists.
tourists. Don't touch tourists.
So how do we?
We're vampires,
discern-
guys. It's okay.
Oh, you don't kill them because that draws attention, right?
Yeah,
But we
because then they
can-
go missing.
But we can't feed on them.
We can, and they're not allowed to talk about
Yeah.
it. 'Cause you can't, what
You
happens
can
in
feed
Vegas
on them, you
stays
just
there.
don't kill them.
Perfect.
And what was I going to say? Reputation for law enforcement, that we, as from a vampire perspective, we just stay away from the cops. We don't want to.
How realistic is the setting? Are you trying to make it exactly like current day Vegas, or is it?
I
World of
run
Darkness
it.
Vegas?
I run the world we're living in. I don't get
okay.
like the exaggerated world of darkness stuff.
Yeah.
I get more base reality than I would in like an action game because you have the vampire powers to break those rules, right?
Right.
So I want stark reality,
Okay.
and then you guys get to break the rules with your powers.
Very cool.
Vegas or Nevada open carry, constitutional carry state. Like, is it how prevalent? Are
Yeah,
firearms?
open carry. Yep, open
Open
carry.
carry.
Yeah. You can walk around with a pistol on your belt.
Is it a helmet optional state? Do you have to wear a helmet on bikes?
Yeah, you do, but
Most people.
Metro has a lot of real crime and not nearly enough police officers. Speaking of their reputation, they will fuck you up. They do not play around, especially if you're anywhere near where the money comes from, the casinos and the tourists.
All right. So cops
call-
have
if
no
you're-
sense
if
of
you're-
humor, especially at the Strip.
Yep.
Okay.
You're messing around on the Strip, your head's getting busted.
Okay.
And
And
for a
then out into the
vampire, what
ghettos,
happens
it's
when you
less-
get arrested?
Oh,
The Camarilla is going to take you out so that you are not a masquerade violation.
You broke the
First time you're allowed into the yard or put on a bus and you explode into flames. No, we're not having that. You're going to be dead in the cell that night.
Yeah, that's the first.
right.
First.
that's
tradition,
awesome. Yeah,
right?
that's right. So you got to avoid the cops. Makes
Mhm.
sense. What is an oddball question? How prevalent is things like busking on the street? Is that pretty prevalent? Like musicians playing on the street?
No, if there's a busker out there, the casino hired them to put a
Okay.
busker in that situation, and they're not allowed to accept tips usually.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like Broadway in Nashville or 6th Street in Austin or something.
Okay. Okay.
It is very corporate. It's very controlled. You're always on camera, but that doesn't mean anybody's watching.
Right.
Right? You're on camera, and they can go back and look at it. That's why. So you can get away with a lot as long as you know how to get out of there.
Got it. There were some rules about vampires and casinos. You can't go into the casino with more than $9,999.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Anything above
Sure.
10,000 is going to
Oh
have
my
to be
gosh.
flagged.
Do I have to know all these
It's-
laws
yes.
about Vegas?
There weren't that many.
Well, these are vampire Camarilla laws. These are Frank's laws. The chairman of the board wants to keep a tight ship. Toreador run this town above ground. The Nosferatu run it below.
So
Cool.
don't mess with the Mormons.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, you just like, it's just trouble. Like they're going to come after you.
The
or-
Second Inquisition is what they call it, which is not an organization, but a number of organizations, major churches, government, law enforcement agencies who know that vampires exist.
Okay.
They know so well that they found the leadership of one of the clans, the Tremere, 7 elders to whom everyone in the clan was bloodbound. And they said, okay, these guys are terrorists. And they waited till they were all in one spot and dropped a bunker buster bomb on their chantry in Vienna, killing them all.
Wow.
This made the Second Inquisition really real for all vampires. And we do not mess with the churches who have both the faith and especially a church like the LDS, the resources to make
Yeah,
your day hell.
$200 billion, baby.
Oh, I see what you're looking at now. Frank.
Also, the sheriff is a Mormon,
Right.
Oh, wow.
the vampire sheriff of the Camarilla. Brigham.
Oh, one of the 30. Wow. Okay. That's interesting.
Look at that.
And he maintains his faith in his relationship with the church despite being a vampire.
Sweet. That's cool.
That's pretty wild.
Awesome.
Pretty much
And it would make sense if he's the sheriff of the Camarilla. That's like, okay, hands off. Don't mess with him.
Yep.
And if you're just so I'm aware, as a newbie, Camarilla, the hierarchy in the Camarilla, like that's no joke. Like if they like these are their blood potency is way higher. They're the bosses.
Sure.
Like you can't just thumb your nose at the bosses.
You can imagine that a vampire in a prince or primogen position can probably use 4 disciplines in one turn.
Right.
That's more than enough to dominate each of you before you have a chance to act.
Okay. What's the impending Gehenna? What is that Gehenna? That I'm not familiar with that term.
That's some lore from Vampire the Masquerade that says all vampires are descended from Cain and Abel, right? Cain of Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
And some of his descendants are sleeping in torpor. One day they will awaken and they will have to survive on vampire blood, so they're going to kill us all. And
okay.
yeah, I took that out because I can have the game without it in this version of it, because I want the horror to be personal. It's about you and dealing with your humanity, not about ancient blood gods coming back to eat you, right?
Got it.
The gangrel, I don't have a promotion, you say, right here?
Yeah.
And this map was made by somebody on Reddit, and if you're that guy, thanks. It looks really cool.
That does.
What'd you say?
Cool.
Oh, I was saying as a gangrel, looks like I don't have a promotion in Vegas.
That's right. Yeah, you don't have a primogen. They don't have a spell on the council.
Primogen, that's it.
There's not enough gangrel in Vegas for them to have a position of power on the council.
Okay.
All right.
I guess the only other thing, moving parts wise, we didn't talk about was disciplines. When you use a discipline, right, you roll the number under you roll the number under the number of your rating, and if that result, whether pass or fail, is above your humanity, then you gain a hunger. Right, you're using blood.
Oh.
Okay.
So we on these humanity and discipline rolls, you have to roll and then compare 2 numbers, and it takes a little bit to get the hang of, but once you do, it's smooth enough.
So can you walk us through that? So let's say I'm trying to turn invisible, my obfuscate discipline. I have 1 dot in it, which means I have to roll 60 or under. And so I roll. Let's do it. I roll my d100. I get a 44. Success.
Okay.
Nothing else is required. It does as I described.
Yep.
Okay.
And because that roll is below your humanity, you do not gain
60.
hunger.
Okay. So the number for it just so happens that my humanity and discipline numbers are the same number. It's 60. So if I roll this, let's just see if I can roll there, 61. So that would be a failure. It's above my humanity. So
You'd gain a hunger.
I gain a hunger. Okay. And so that's going to lift my hunger from 3 dots to 4. Okay. Got it. That makes sense. That's not tricky.
Yeah, you just kind of slot it into your memory I have to check 2 numbers.
That's a good question in the chat. How much time do we have active at night? Like this is
So you can only be up when it's full dark.
right.
Luckily, it's not summertime in Vegas because you'd only get 6 or 7 hours. This time of year, you get about 9 hours of night.
Of night. Okay.
All right, so it's short. You get 2, maybe 3 scenes, and then we're rolling for hunger again, and that's why Vampire is great.
What's
that beast is always clawing at you? Go ahead.
Right. I was just going to say, what's the weather like at this time of year in Vegas? Is it cooler? Is it getting warm again?
Right now we're mid 80s.
Mid 80s? Okay.
Yeah, but with usually around 20% humidity, it feels probably feels more like 72 if you're from a humid clime.
Okay.
Discipline question. Auspex, ESP. That would be like seeing, kind of like Predator almost, like seeing prey maybe through buildings and such. How does Auspex work? Mystical sight.
If you look at the Auspex page,
Oh, they go right there.
should give you pretty good descriptions of what it's doing, but that's also a good time to talk about your predatory senses. And if you look at the last 2 pages of the book, there's a cheat sheet. Predatory senses are defined there, right? You can smell blood. You can hear heartbeats up to like a city block away. It's defined there.
Got it. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Okay, so that's just.
What is the resonance of blood? Like, what's that resonance thing?
So the emotion a person is feeling when they're fed upon is going to flavor their blood.
And the more they're closer to what, ecstasy, the better it tastes, or is that dependent on our own?
Well, these flavors give you bonuses.
Oh, where did I
If you look at the last 2 pages, it's defined shortly.
Why am I missing it?
Now, we don't always roll for it. Sometimes it's obvious this guy is scared, and so you get a fear bonus.
Oh, I see it there. Blood resonance. Got it.
Where discuss joy, pain.
So okay. And you just roll that, or do we roll that? It's
most of the time it's obvious from the narrative what's going on, but if it's not, then we roll it. Yeah, you can roll it. It's fine. It's part of your psychology.
Okay.
And that'll be just the one's die of whatever the related roll of whatever you were doing, right?
So if I rolled that,
if you were
60,
sneaking
60 or 44, so 4 would be pain, and that's going to give me +2 on endure for endurance, I guess is what it would be, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Then during the summer, we get 18 hours or so of daylight.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of daylight. Wow.
Yeah.
We never get that.
And it'll get up to, we got to up to 120 degrees last year.
I've been to Vegas. I don't even remember days in the summer. I was in there in like July or something.
Yeah. You'd remember it if you came in July.
Yeah.
The air burns your lungs a little bit.
I think I was only like 18 when I was in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Invincible.
I don't remember. I barely remember.
All right. Phil, you're quiet over there.
Yes.
Let's throw you
I
into
do not
some
have
Mike.
questions.
You do have questions?
No, I don't.
Well, let's do a feeding scene.
Yeah, let's do it.
Mike, you're hungry.
Okay.
Creeping through the alleyways off the strip, scanning around, sweating. I see many tourists in my way.
A drunk staggers off into the dark. Who is he, Crispy?
I look up, see that someone's following me. Muttering under my breath, limping my poorly treated foot, rub my stomach, hungry again. A cat screeches at my feet. I try to kick it and stumble forward. I look back. What do you want? Go ahead, Mike.
Sorry.
I'm not even here.
Nothing. But
You talk worse than I do.
Where'd you just come from? You look like you're you look a little have a couple of drinks on you, haven't you? As I walk forward.
Straighten up. This is my house. I'm here. I claim this. You can't move me off this. This is my street.
I see. Well, looks like you've wandered into the one section that isn't your street.
What are you talking about? You didn't belong here. Smell of alcohol reek off me.
I menacingly stare at him, walking towards him closer and closer. I think you stumbled into the wrong street, my friend. I lunge forward, fangs retracted.
Roll melee.
Crash of a bottle in a paper bag as it hits the pavement and shatters.
82.
Get off me!
I leaned. My fangs come down into your neck, and they penetrate. I begin to soak up the blood, pulsates through my body. I
Feel the
vigor
urge to
flowing.
drink him dry.
Feel the vigor flowing through
Roll
me.
conscience.
I fight the urge. I must finish. No, I can't. Not good. I refrain from continuing. Finally, I release my fangs. Stumble back. Blood dripping down my face.
Faint from loss of blood. I slump to the ground in a slowly seeping pool of cheap alcohol from a sodden brown paper bag. My feet.
I look around. No one has seen me. I turn away from the strip and head back down an alleyway into the darkness. Towards the darkness.
There you go. Now, see, I won't interrupt you during the game. I'm just doing that to kind of illustrate.
Got it.
Right. But you always want
Is that
to
what
roll
you
a
were
skill
thinking
for
of?
feeding.
Yeah.
Right. It's never free until you get hurt or something.
And when we have the when you want one of us to be the victim, we're just playing baseline human, right? So what's an indicate? Like we're way outclassed in most instances to the vampires.
Well, okay, let's talk about that. Vampires are not stronger, faster, or smarter than they were as humans, unless they're using their powers, potence, celerity, whatever,
That's what would make them more deadly.
Right. So you're just a guy wrestling with another guy trying to drink his blood so you can survive for another night.
Got it. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was they're way stronger or whatever.
Right.
But if they're
once you get up to blood potency 2, you get +5 to every characteristic, and then yes, they become strong.
They become stronger and stronger. It's okay.
I like the that was pretty cool. I It threw me off for a second. Crispy was playing the.
The only thing I would say
I was like,
is
wait.
instead of saying the numerical result,
Yeah.
say crit, success, fail, fumble, so that
Yep.
I know. Because
Correct.
usually if you fail a feeding roll, it doesn't mean you didn't feed. It means somebody saw you, or
Got it.
this person managed to resist the foggy memory of the kiss and now knows you sucked blood right out of his neck and is going to come back for vengeance or whatever, right? It's going to have some other kind of consequences.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay,
Very
that's cool.
interesting to drive. Very
Okay,
cool.
that'll be interesting. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
So just real quick to clarify, when you roll the discipline, it succeeds if you roll under the discipline number, but
That's right.
you spend a blood or hunger if you roll
No.
over your humanity or something.
Right. If
No.
the roll at any time is over your humanity, you gain hunger. Yes.
Anytime you roll over a humanity. Okay.
No. Only when you're using discipline. Sorry.
Only when you're using disciplines. Okay.
Right.
Not for skills.
Right. Skills you just do. No blood cost. I guess the only thing we haven't talked about is bloody buff, bloody healing,
Yeah.
that stuff. All right.
Bloody.
So you can, and I guess the other thing that might not be clear from the book is you can use a discipline and perform an action each turn.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
you can turn on your potency and hit a guy.
I got it. Let's see. What was it called? Bloody healing?
Blood
Blessings of the Blood, page 8, or page 9, rather.
Bloody healing list I show on 37.
So
I see the
there's
whole
bloody
page
healing.
here. Okay.
Bloody
Blessings
Blush
of
is
blood.
Blush of Life. It makes you appear human and makes your autonomic stuff
here it is.
work. Otherwise, you don't blink, you don't breathe unless you're thinking about it right, and somebody's gonna notice. Buff used before the roll, right?
Oh, I see.
So you're like, yeah, I really don't want to miss this one. I'm gonna roll, see if I gain hunger. It always works. I get plus 20 on my next roll.
I see.
And then healing is just like damage. It's your ones die. Anytime you're wondering how much, it's always going to be your ones die, right? Instead of another roll.
Right on. If it's the ones die and it's a 0 on the die,
That's 10.
then it's 10. Okay.
Mhm.
And I ask just because if you look at the dice I'm using, it's just one. Oh, where is it? So this would be a 9 on the ones. But if I did happen to roll, let's see if I can get one ends in a 0. There, a 40. So that would be the ones die there would be actually a 10.
Yep.
Correct? Okay.
Now you can remember that by thinking you just never roll 0 on a die, right?
You just never, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Damage. If we take damage, like if damage is by location,
Mhm.
if the max HP on a left arm, say, is 12, at what point do I start? Like, is it I guess
Page
I'm asking,
11,
yes.
injury and death.
Okay, yeah, let's look at that. 11, injury and death.
Quick and dirty at 0, you can't use it. At
Okay,
max negative, it's
it's gone.
off. Yeah.
Okay.
Crushed, severed,
Aggravated
whatever.
damage.
And that's how you get decapitated, is to get your head at max negative.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then aggravated damage
is a little different. That's goes on both sides. So you take the damage and you reduce the max at the same
Mhm.
time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's deadly. Holy.
Oh, yeah. Fire very bad.
And it's fire, sunlight.
Those are the
There
big
was
ones.
something about stakes, like wood, something.
Stakes don't cause aggravated damage. They paralyze you if they make a really hard roll.
Do vampire teeth cause aggravated damage?
No.
Okay.
No, you can use a power to make your vampire claws and teeth cause aggravated damage in Protean.
Okay.
If you're decapitated, I think you die, right? Like that's
Mm-hmm.
final death if a head is
Yep.
dismembered. Guns and blades do regular damage. Okay. Extreme cold. Okay, that was the other thing. But we're in Vegas, so unless you're in, I guess, a walk-in freezer or something. Some
Oh,
meat locker.
we got a lot of those.
Frozen to solid only though, huh? you could deal with the cold, but not being turned into a block.
What are some of the landmarks other than the strip? Is it just like, or even on the strip? What are the major landmarks that we should? I guess I could just go on to Google and see.
You can.
Las Vegas.
You want old school Vegas flair? You're talking about Frank's Tiki Bar.
Frank's Tiki Bar. Okay.
You want nature? We've got Mount Charleston and the Valley of Fire, which is where every movie ever shot on Mars is filmed. It's
Oh yeah.
a bunch of crazy red rock formations.
Okay.
There's a lot of like nerd bars and dirty little casinos.
Nerd bars.
What's a nerd bar?
Like fandom interest kind of bars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anime.
Oh no, anime.
Answer the question.
There's Area
Is there
51.
anime bars or isn't there?
Phil, it's like I'm not. I want to
They're all
know.
anime bars here.
Okay.
Is there a university in town?
UNLV. Yep.
UNLV.
Mhm.
You've got a couple.
And
major
it is in
sports
the
games?
ghetto.
Oh, it is in the ghetto. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've got
You've got the hockey team, professional
the
hockey
Golden
team,
Knights. Yeah.
Golden Knights,
Oh yeah.
And soon the A's.
right?
Maybe, I think.
Maybe.
And soon the Mavericks. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
You got that sphere thing, that big video.
A scar on the face of Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hitachi sphere.
Got a monorail that runs along.
We got
yeah,
between the
monorail.
casinos
I
in the
didn't know
city. Yeah.
We got to
Okay.
somehow get a vampire feeding on the dome, on the sphere.
On the sphere.
Get repairman.
Just to
Oh.
really
LED repairman.
Yeah.
to really blow out the Masquerade.
One thing that I know they don't have in Vegas is they do not have an F1 circuit anymore. Wasn't that like a big disaster? It was.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
they tried to run
messed up town
F1.
for months. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they couldn't even run it because the first, like even on the practice tracks, they're pulling the manhole covers up from the as the cars go by.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So lots of golf courses, you said.
No. There's one golf course, I guess. Two.
One
maybe.
golf course. Okay.
Yeah. We generally don't have things that require a lot of water.
Right. So it's very arid.
Mhm. People don't have lawns; they have desert xeriscaping. Right.
Okay. Mostly rancher style homes, or like what is it? Like nobody has basements, or
No, lots of McMansions that sell for $500,000.
really?
Real estate's
Okay.
super inflated right now. Yeah.
A lot of suburban sprawl in Vegas. Like, is it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a
Out of the script.
kind of like Houston. It's a wide spread out city.
Okay. I'm just trying to. I'm just gonna look at some pictures of Vegas. I guess pawn shops are pretty frequent. I'm thinking of
Oh yeah.
Lots of
You can
pawn shops.
definitely go to any pawn shop. You will see tools with initials engraved into them. Not a problem.
Okay.
There's whorehouses too, Crispy.
I was gonna say stud
there
ranches,
are-
but
Not in Vegas, outside of Vegas, but in
Okay.
Pahrump, where the aliens landed in Mars Attacks.
Yes.
You have legal brothels,
There you
and out in the middle of nowhere, like for truckers and miners, you have the really sketchy ones.
so
I've
but
heard.
not in the city. So it's not like the brothels are outside of the city. I don't know why. This is
That's right. Yeah,
important.
prostitution is not legal in Vegas. It's
Okay,
legal
that's what I
in-
was getting at. Okay.
in very sparsely populated counties in Nevada. But there are 400 Asian massage places,
Oh, okay. It's
and there are multiple traps.
And this is what's the population?
Do you
of
mean
Vegas now?
ladies with peepees?
That too. We have a thriving business based on that, and they hire union, and good on them for that.
They hire
I'm
you.
proud of that. I'm proud of
I
that.
am I'm a union stagehand now.
That's awesome.
But yeah, there
do they have a lot of
are
gas
multiple places you can go to
stations?
get prostitutes.
And the what's population?
2.5
Not
mil.
counting tourists. 2.5 million. Okay.
What about Old Vegas?
What's that?
You got
Old
built
Las
of-
Vegas.
Old Las Vegas is dead. People don't
It-
wear suits and listen to Frank Sinatra. They dress like they're going to Disneyland, and pop music, top 40 pop is playing on the radio.
I remember going there once.
So what is the music scene in Vegas? Because I was kind of going with this musician kind of vibe.
Well, they're working, lots of working musicians in this town,
Okay.
whether they're, lounge piano players at the club, performers in an operatic or theatrical show,
Mm-hmm.
or just a band that has
This is the
was
problem
famous
with,
20 years ago and now has a show in Vegas.
This is
Okay.
the problem with a real setting is you can be wrong,
That's what I'm asking because I'm not familiar
I
with.
know.
The place.
Yeah, but I'm
Are
not
you
gonna
are you
be like,
taking-
well, actually, it's not like
Are you
that.
taking notes,
Yeah,
It's a
Christy?
game,
it's a one shot.
I'm not taking notes.
No,
This
I'm not
is-
either. I'm just
I'm
listening.
just
getting the
assuming.
vibe.
I hope I'll remember that there are $500,000 McMansions everywhere.
Not
So I
everywhere.
don't break
And
the
then
immersion.
that's out in the suburbs, and then near the strip in the city is where all the people who work there live, in the low income places that were built in the 70s.
What's the relationship between the casinos and the Camarilla?
Well, the Toreador are going to run. They got their hands in the unions, right?
Okay.
In the theatrical union, they got their hands in all the performers unions, and they run. They're extremely powerful here because of their art money.
Right.
Vampires would never directly own
No.
a casino. They would have an interest buried in 4 different shell corporations, that kind of thing, right?
Okay. That makes sense.
Sounds good to
So
me.
what kind of scene do you want? Tell me a scene you want to see.
I don't really have any preconceived though. I'm still so wet behind the ears when it comes to vampire that I'm kind of easy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Whatever I get into.
That's the best way to go
Oh, yeah.
about it. I'm just going to wake up with Night Falls Over Vegas, and there you go.
Yeah.
Somebody will fail their role, and we're feeding.
Yeah. My character is going to be I don't know. Do you want to know what he's up to, or I don't?
Sure.
You do want to know? Okay. He's going to be kind of looking for people to listen to him. So maybe there's a cool meeting that he heard about.
Like other biker clubs.
Yeah. We'll get him to come over to our spot.
So this is other MCs,
Mhm.
maybe even some 1%ers.
There's a
I
group of
noticed that there's
banditos
no-
from West Texas who are driving through to dump off a couple pounds of meth in California, and we're going to stop by and hang out for a little bit.
I noticed that there's no herd background. So
Yeah, you guys are too small time to have heard yet, I think.
Okay, well then that's what I would want, a herd. So we need to get a bunch of people coming to our track that like to come regularly so we can eat them.
That's perfect to have a little goal like that you can work on. Gives you something to do when everybody's
Yes, goals are important.
fed. Mhm.
Track.
I picture my guy as because you mentioned the Toreador have got their hands in the casinos, involved in the performers unions and all of that. So I kind of see myself as maybe a point of contact. I someone who's enough fame that he's known amongst at least the musicians, and kind of just checks in on the musicians, and is that kind of vibe, or you see him mostly in clubs where there's live music being played?
Sure. The shows are probably bigger money than the game floors,
Right.
for Vegas at this point, right? We have, I mean, just dozens of shows that will run 2 or 3 times a day. Whether it's Crash Test Dummies, two of the surviving members of Crash Test Dummies playing at the Westgate, or it's a big band banda group from Mexico with trombones and tubas and accordions. Huge amount of diversity of artistic performance in this town.
Nice. Yeah.
Whether you're working for Cirque or whatever, right?
I want to be in that kind of performers sphere. That's what I'm working at. With ambitions to maybe have my own venue at some point. Obviously not directly, but where I can have a place for my what's she called? The Touchstone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want that touch. I want her to be a big star. But anyway.
Cool. You can always lead a scene with I'm gonna go check up on my Touchstone.
Yep.
See what Maria's up to tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, basically,
Really.
right?
Yeah.
Mike's just an angry hobo.
You know, I was thinking,
chases around dying people.
yeah, you
So
know,
in my experience, go ahead, Mike.
well, like my thought on that was like, it's just like kind of dark, I guess, but like, looking for people that are down on their luck, people that are maybe going off into the desert to not come back.
There's 2 kinds of people that make the best victim
on them.
And that is the people who really deserve it,
Mm-hmm.
and the completely innocent.
Right.
The Mormon missionary with stars in her eyes who just wants to talk to you about Jesus because he thinks it'll make your life better. And yes, he's willing to come into your little ghetto apartment
Oh man.
and drink some of your
So
watered down
easy.
lemonade and listen to your spiel for a minute and get that tragic stuff.
You
That's
should give
always
them,
fun. That
you
always
should
works.
do a Make-A-Wish thing where you offer people motorcycle rides before they die.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring them out to the track, then we'll eat them.
There you go.
You want to go for a ride?
That's great. That's one of the things Mark talks about in the game. He says you will reveal the darkness within yourself when you play vampire.
No kidding.
I believe it.
Self-insert. Advocate for the self-insert.
Your shadow, the Jungian shadow. That's what he was talking about, right? The dark, unrecognized urges within yourself, the parts that you put away.
Well, I feel like we did a good job. We have a good idea what's going to happen on the session.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
That's great.
You guys got any other
thanks.
last questions you want to ask?
What's your expectation in terms of game length, Space Roadie? Like what are you comfortable with? A couple hours, and then is that normally what you do, or what?
I'm usually between 3 or 4 hours, but it's whenever. I don't think we're gonna, we're not gonna have like a plot kind of ending,
No.
right? And this kind of thing. So it's just whenever we've all kind of had enough, and we get to a nice little conclusion. We'll call it, right?
When Phil kills my guy, you just want me to turn my camera off, or like we'll just have you wait in the background?
Yeah, real social contract.
No, you still have to play other feeding victims and stuff, man. You don't get off.
Oh
that
yeah,
easy.
that's right. I get to play the victims.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
A name for the campaign. Oh, look at that, Elf Hunter.
The last ride.
Vampires, vices, and Vegas rides. I don't know.
Do you like to describe failures or successes or anything like that, or do you have any other?
You guys can describe successes. I'll do failures because a lot of times it doesn't mean failure; it means complication.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Complications. Got it.
Cool.
Right.
All
Lots of potential masquerade break is your fail, right?
Mm.
Because that leads to another scene where you have to deal with this guy, eliminate the witness, wipe his memory, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a snowball effect at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the great thing as a GM for Vampire. You write one page of plot and you'll probably never even finish it. It'll probably just be doing vampire shit the whole time.
Right. Oh, sounds good. Sounds good.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Well, thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
I don't know when
And
we're
we're
doing
gonna-
this. Maybe a week from tomorrow.
Maybe a week from tomorrow. Yeah, if that works. And
that.
we're gonna have some ambient music. I think we're gonna figure that out between now and then. We'll figure that out.
There you go.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Basically,
Get it.
the Bloodline soundtrack, probably. That's the only thing you can play when you're playing Vampire.
The Masquerade channel has a bunch of vampire music. I don't know if it's copyright free, but it's all pretty medically fitting.
Easy.
Nice.
All right. Y'all have a good evening.
Thanks a lot,
Take care.
guys.
God bless.
Take it easy.
Hey, everybody.
All right. Do you think it's off?
Nope.